We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Cleveland Browns. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Mayfield on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 79 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead. And personally, what a start for him to get in the end zone from that distance here on the first drive.
And it has the defense tearing up their defensive goals for the game, doesn't it? Because nowadays, when we talk to all the coaches, they don't talk about limiting yards per carry and those things. They just talk about limiting explosive plays, whether it's through the air or on the ground. And anything an explosive play on the ground, usually, 10, 12-yard runs? This one was way more than that. They've got to go back to the drawing board and try and shut it down.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. First down, it's Smith. Goes underneath here to White. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So a
50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Ward. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Antonio Callaway with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down, here's Smith.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Smith trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience and now they get to demand production? Or do you continue to stay with him this way?
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go with Chubb on second down. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Mayfield looks to throw, looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. Landry, the intended target.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
They'll run it here. This is James White. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. They go play action here on first down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Back to the air, Smith on second down. To Michelle on the screen. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Bortles to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Play action. It's Smith. He'll buy some time right, and that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20.
Watching that, Barney!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They set up the screen to Chubb, and they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Detroit!
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to look deep down the field. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Patriots take over. A scoring update from the southern edge of Ohio down in Cincinnati. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They begin with Michelle on the ground. This will go for 5 up to the 33. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Tyrell Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. To Vecchio now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? No legal block in the back. That penalty will move them back.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A give. This is Chubb. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Devin McCourty brings him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield on play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Here's Britton Colquitt now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Benjamin. A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Following the penalty, Michelle. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. It's Gordon. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain of 39 that time.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or 2 in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, start to get those guys creep.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Josh Gordon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Patriots move back within a couple of the lead. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film when it was to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hole, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
They pitch it to Chubb. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mayfield now to the right side and complete to Njoku. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath, put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. Handoff comes to Chubb. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Mayfield to throw it. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good... And he's in! Touchdown, Browns! Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Patriots offense now. They work their way back onto the field. On first down, Smith. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Gronkowski, the intended target. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. Ooh, with a juke. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb, and he takes this one in for a Browns score. Nick Chubb on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns add on to their lead. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Off of play action. Here's Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And I think the Browns got it. They did. He let one slip away last week as well. So now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out of practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
They'll run with Chubb. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
He'll get it up the middle, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and goal.
4 down, 4 down. Stay at home, stay at home. Stay at home, stay at home.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. His pass caught at the 4. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Browns add 6 to their lead. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. Throwing, Mayfield, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Now the Patriots offense, they worked their way back out onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now Landry. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are pouring it on. And the lead is now an even 30. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Gets past one man, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Let's go!
Throwing is Smith. And this will be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
3rd and long, it's Smith. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Landry now on the return. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's Matt Wild now as he's on to punt for New England. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll take it at the 42. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. A toss play to Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd down, Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Letting one go deep for the... And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns continue to roll.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to... And oh, it's blocked. And the Patriots have it, but he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away. And we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spent a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. The final shot here before break. Smith. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And now out come the Patriots. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a do that? I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Back to throw to Smith. And he'll get that to Michel, complete.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. This will be fielded at the 17. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They run it again with Chubb. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
To throw, Mayfield. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
And And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Smith now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. He was looking for Gronk that time. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Officially, no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. It's Higgins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Mayfield now on 2nd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Browns are pouring it on. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. So the Patriots coming out now. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Come on, let's go. Red 38. Red 38.
A give. This is Michel. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On second down, Michelle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Let's go. What? 90.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Eluding the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Matt Weil now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 46. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And a second spin. And he works free. 20, 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Browns continue to roll. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
Right there. Oh, James, baby. Here we go. What? 90. What? 90.
On the handoff, it's Michelle. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. ground. This is Michel, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll run with Michel. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
New England on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Smith. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
Lawrence Guy able to bring him down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run for it. Chubb. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Come on, let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. From the 50, it's Smith. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joe Schobert able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And Allen's got it. The big fella. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Extra point pretty close to that right upright, but he does get it to go as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And again, it's Chubb. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Here's Mayfield. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them. And
as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, it will wind up